Welcome to the Afrocentric Woman, where our mission is to inspire Black women to heal core wounds and embrace a luxurious and abundant lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk, sis. Hi, welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Thank you for tuning in. This might be somewhat of a quick video. Let's see. I wanted to come on here and share a family story, just something recent, a recent conversation that I had with my brother. I might as well say, I was going to say family member, but whatever, it's my brother. And, we talked the other day because, he's starting to come to a greater realization how toxic our mother is, because initially, he was trying to encourage me to, kind of talk with her more and deal with her more, but I'm at peace with where I'm at with the situation, which is very low contact. And nobody can convince me to change that boundary because I've known her for 30 plus years and she is who she is. So that's that. And then, he was just mentioning that, just something came up with his wife and my mom, being out of pocket with her and just really out of line. And I expect her to do stuff like that, so it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all, and I don't take it personal. I don't take my mother's gossiping and negativity, I don't take any of it personal, because it has everything to do with her and really nothing to do with the other person or the subject of the gossiping or negativity. And I'm trying to convince him that he's definitely growing into understanding that, not to take things personally from her. But, he's communicating with me what's going on because he knows I would understand more than anyone else. And but the main thing I wanted to share about something very important that he told me was that he had taken care of everything in his household for that month. Usually, like, his wife has a part-time job. So she does pay some stuff. She does pay, some things around the house, but he has a business that's doing good. He has a couple businesses and he opened up a new one. So he does pays the majority of the bills. But he said, this month I just paid everything. I paid the mortgage, I paid all the cars, all the insurance. I just took care of it. That's what I wanted to do. And he was like, and I feel good. I feel good doing it. And I was like, proud of him. I don't remember exactly what I said to express my pride, but I told him that he is a good leader in his household, because he is a really good leader in the household. He knows what's going on in that house. He knows about his wife and his wife's health. He knows about the children in the home. He is the primary person getting them to and from sporting events. He is the primary person involved with the schools. He knows about their grades. He knows what classes they're taking. He knows how to push them where they need to go. These young men, these boys, teenagers, he is the main one. He's a leader. He's a full leader in his home. And he felt so good to pay everything this month. Whereas his wife used to pay a few bills, but he wanted to do everything this month. And I thought about it after, we talked and we hung up, and I said, that's the missing piece that so many underdeveloped males, they don't know why they're so miserable. They don't know why they're so miserable. They're bitter, they're angry, and they think that someone is keeping them from something, some magical key. They're always looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, or like some type of pill that they can take that will take away all of the adversity, when no such thing exists. You just do the work and step into your manhood. But there is a sense of joy. There is a sense of fulfillment that real men feel when they take care of their household and when they are the true leader, not the fake leader, because we have a lot of faking the funk type of dudes who showboat like they're the man of the house, or they assert control and dominance over children and women inside the house, and they think that that's manhood by being bitter and mean or violent, either in words or in actions, and bossing people around. And then they do it, and it gives them a very temporary feeling of being a man, their perverted interpretation of being a man, their perverted misunderstanding of what manhood is. But that feeling is so fleeting. So they just, like, if you're not being abusive and controlling and, obnoxious, you don't know that the manhood feeling and the feeling of feeling fulfilled and feeling just really manly, like feeling accomplished, it is not through temporary abusive tactics and you need to submit to me, and these talking points, or rather, what's the word, these cliche sayings, the women and you have to submit to me, and I'm the logical one, really, because you're so logical, but you haven't figured out how to maintain a household. You're so logical, but you haven't figured out how to maintain a home. So there's so many underdeveloped males who are dissatisfied with life. They lack purpose. They roam around aimlessly. They're angry and they can't quite put a finger on why they're angry. They're not willing to accept the cards that were dealt to them in life. Because as I've shared, I'll link in this description as soon as I'm able, blooming into divine femininity late. Me and my brother and I have overcome adversity that you wouldn't imagine. The both of us have. And we both ended up with narcissistic partners. He was with a narcissistic woman. I've had various narcissistic guy relationships. And, we've overcome a lot. And it's taken us a while to figure it out. But here we are. We are whole, and we are doing what it takes to change the trajectory of our prospective families. And I will continue to be proud of my brother so long as he continues to demonstrate as a father and as a leader and as an accountable man in his home. My brother takes responsibility for everything that happens in the home. For the kids, if the kids are not performing academically, he takes that to account, that he needs to do something to change what's going on with those children. So if he needs to cut their TV time down, or if he needs to cut down their video game time, he's willing to respond. He is response-able. You understand? And the buck stops with him. He doesn't run away from responsibility of his children, his stepchildren, his wife, his businesses. Takes a special kind of man, a confident man, and a man who's willing to take risk, a man who's willing to put himself out on the line, a man who's willing to be responsible, and he's reflecting on toxic traits that he needs to give up, that we learned in our household together, and how those manifest in him. And he's accountable for his own development, and he knows that nobody can do the work for him. He knows he has to go through it, not around it, not under it, not over it, but through it, and be accountable for his actions and his own emotions and his own feelings and what goes on in his house. And there's so many underdeveloped males who will never, they'll die literally not ever having had this feeling, the feeling that my brother had this month with going out in front of his house, looking at his home with his children provided for, loved, disciplined, and healthy, and his wife who is happy, carefree, feminine, beautiful, secure, and safe, and his home, which is lovely, and look at it and say, I did that. That's all me. I can only imagine that that must be an extremely rewarding feeling as a man. And I know, based off of where we come from, if he could do it, I know other men could do it. Males could develop themselves into men if they choose to, and experience these things, because a lot of these underdeveloped males online have a vitriol towards family men. Those are the men who irritate them the most, is the men who have thriving, healthy families. For whatever reason, these males have written off their ability to achieve this, milestone, if you will. They've written off their ability to do it. They don't even try. They're listening to the wrong advice that will lead to more of the same. You're unhappy because you're not in a relationship. You're unhappy because your household is fractured. You got a baby mom over there, baby mom over there, baby mom over there. You own child support. You have no real skills, nothing marketable. And then you tune in to someone who teaches you to level down, stay in the gutter, don't have ambition. Your only problem in the world is the fact that black women are masculine. That is the answer to all your issues. But if you get a woman who's feminine, she won't be feminine for long because you're not a leader. Got to be a leader to keep a woman in her femininity. So even if by hook or by crook you are able to attract a feminine woman into your life, you will force her into masculinity. When you don't manage the household well, you let the bills get out of whack, you're not paying, and then she got to step up and wear the pants, and then you feel emasculated. And instead of taking responsibility for what you do, you want to blame her for being masculine. Or even something as simple as saying, hey, I'm not going to have coffee with, I'm not going to do a coffee date with you. I'm not interested in that. Then she's stuck up. She's a gold digger. Okay, fine. But you have to understand that real men meet requirements and standards and do what they have to do to get what they want. They do what they have to do to get what they want. You want what you want for free. Some underdeveloped males want what they want for free. They don't want to put any effort. They don't have the skills. And just because you don't have the skills doesn't mean you can't learn them. I've seen it happen. There are other men, even on YouTube, who've talked about their struggles with maintaining a household. It is hard when you come from a poverty background. I have never attempted to sugarcoat the immense struggles that ADOS have in the United States of America, and the legacy of exploitation and bottom casting that we have. We have so many more obstacles to overcome than any other group. That is a fact. Women and men. We have individual, we have our own individual struggles. Black men and black women. We do. But I know for me and my camp, we're doing everything that we can do to be better and to be well and to invest into a better life for our children. And it would be so lovely if we had more help. But we can't wait on that help, and we can't force anybody to love us, or we can't force your hand. We cannot strong arm you into being responsible men. Either you got it or you don't. It's like sometimes you look at men and they have children, and there's this parental spark that is lit up inside of them that makes them want to be there for their children. And sometimes males will have a child and look at that child as though it could be any inanimate object. They don't feel no ways about that child. They don't know if the child's hungry or asleep or safe. They have no idea, and they sleep good at night. So it's the same with manhood. But I think that to dig down into your frustrations and stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop wallowing in sorrow and defeat. Get up. Feel fulfilled by accomplishing things in your life. That's how you get to feel at peace as a man, when you can accomplish things in your life. You're not, any subjugation of a woman, any manipulation of a woman is only going to be a fleeting feeling of temporary satisfaction. It's not long lasting. And when the high of that wears off, you're right back where you started. And now your conscience is also eating away at you, for those who still have a conscience. Because of you're racking up so much pain and destruction, so much collateral damage in your rampage towards fake manhood. So now you've done these horrible things, you feel bad about it, so then you just do more horrible things and accomplish less. Newsflash, you can stop. You can stop doing these things. You can stop. You're not married to a life of manipulating and coercing, and you're not married to it. You can stop. Even if it's become a way of life for you, a way of survival, getting over on women, creating babies, different areas, trying to get to a quick feeling. Yeah, I mean, I understand you guys are driven, primarily by, there's a big, strong sexual motivation to get out there, but y'all are on overdrive. Okay? Y'all are seriously on overdrive with that. You need to learn how, there's a satisfaction. There is a satisfaction in going into a deep connection with one woman. And many of you also don't get to experience that. You don't get to experience that because you don't have the skills to maintain a relationship with one woman. And the new talking point is, if she leaves you after you keep abusing her, it's her fault. She should just stay, because you gotta stay. So anyway, I continue, like I said, I continue to be proud of my brother, because I know where we have come from, and that just makes his accomplishments all the more powerful. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when people come from behind and win a race, like the way behind the starting line, that's us. I mean, that's ADOS in general, but that's definitely us from our background. We're coming from way behind the finish line, And we didn't say, oh, we're never going to win this race of life. Let's just lay down and let's just do nothing because we have such a poor start in life and everything's against us and our parents are toxic and our families, let's just not even try. No, we got in the race. And now we're competing. Me against, in the woman area against, whatever. When you're dating, there's a inherent competition with that. And I consider myself competitive in that area. And with my brother, with his businesses, competing against contracts and just trying to secure resources and advancement for his family. So we're in the race. And I'm extremely proud of him. And I think that I'm more so proud of him because, if nothing else, I did have a woman to model after. And I think that this is the difficult part for boys. Yes, it sucks to have your dad abandon you, but when you have your mom and you're a girl, you at least have someone to model after, and when you're a boy and your dad abandons you, you don't have anybody to model after. And when your mom is a toxic hot mess, all the men she brings around you are trash and don't care about you, and that sucks. Just compounds over time. But we can talk about that later. We can talk about that specifically in another video about, toxic pick-me mamas bringing around trash dudes around their children. We could talk about that in another video. But that's why I'm really proud of him. He did what he wanted to do, and he wanted to take care of everything as it pertains to the finances of his home. And good for him. So thank you for listening. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you. Peace.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and attention with the Afrocentric Woman. Special gratitude to our subscribers. If you'd like to stay connected with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or thoughts about the content shared, please drop down into the comment section and let us know. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are unique, and you are lovable. And I appreciate you.